We got there at 6 a.m. Nobody was there. So that is when the trouble starts. Okay, like the scariest thing happened. Hi guys, my name is Afiamorena, so welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. And yeah, let's get into the video. So today is a story time about Tangola Fest. Okay. It's a story time about how they left us stranded in Cape Coast. So I already have a vendetta against festivals in Ghana. Like, the thing that I hate the most in Ghana is festivals because they're always so badly organized. But this one took it to another level. So basically, I'm gonna show you like all the clips and everything with the story time. So you have to just watch the whole thing to make it make sense to you. But first things first. So Tangola Fest is meant to be like a two-part thing where one part was the actual festival of Joby, and then the second part was a road trip to Cape Coast, Elmina Castle, Cancun Forest, and then like a resort with like a buffet lunch or whatever. So we went to like the actual festival. We went really late. We arrived around like 10 p.m. I think that's when Joby was performing. It was okay. Like, it's a new festival, so there weren't many people there. I think there was probably about like roughly 200 people there at that time. Maybe some people left also, but the vibe was good. I had some really good food because I had like stalls of food and kebab and stuff like that, as you'll see in the next clip. So that part was good. We were there just for like a couple of hours and then we went home. So at this festival called Tangola, and I just got some food. I got some kebab and I got some fried rice because I'm hungry. And then we might go to Abri after, but I have to see how it goes. Because we've got a trip that's coming early in the morning. I'm hot.
Let's go! 1, 2, 3, and pow!
What do you mean?
Any food that's all you want. Because if you want all the food, it's options. I can do that for you as well. It's very affordable. Very affordable.
Together, we get your let's go! Flights. Taking off. Hey! Baseball. So, Osha Kevin climb shot. Oh, why are they? Why are they? More like easy. Why are they? All right. Say way. Okay, much was again versus Yanko.
So at the festival, we kept asking them, what time is the tour starting? What time do you have to be at Accra Mall? This, that. And they weren't really giving us the information we needed. And then we met one girl who was part of the tour. And she was like, come to Accra Mall at 5:30 a.m. And I was just like, I was very skeptical. My friends were like, yeah, okay, 5:30 a.m. But I was more like, okay, when you get there, we'll get there. How about that? Because we live close to Accra Mall. So we exchanged numbers with her and that's about it. So fast forward to the next day. So we all woke up early. So we did not sleep. We had like about 2-3 hours of sleep. We woke up super early, and then we were at Accra Mall, I think by 6. Bear in mind, before we went to Accra Mall, we called her and we were like, oh, what time do we have to be there? Like, at first, like, she wasn't really giving us like a standard answer, stuff like that. And then she was like, oh yeah, please leave. So then we left. We went to Accra Mall. We got there at 6 a.m. Nobody was there. Nobody was there. Like, how is this possible? Like, we saw people like around, the people picking up chochos and stuff like that. We kept thinking, oh, are they part of the tour? Like, we kept going up to them. Oh, are you going to Cape Coast? They kept saying no. And we were like, what's going on? So we kept calling her, and then she was like, oh, the coach is stuck, I have to go get the coach and stuff like that, there's issues with the coach. So fast forward, I think we were waiting there for like an hour and a half or like 2 hours, and then she finally got there with the coach. And bear in mind, there were people already on the coach. Most of the people were already on the coach. So we're like, if you told us to meet you at Accra Mall, why are there loads of people still on the coach? Like, why couldn't you just have picked us up? Or why did you tell us to leave early if you were not going to be there until like 8 a.m. We were there since 6 a.m. waiting outside. Because, you know, like, I think it was a holiday, so the mall wasn't open until like 10 a.m. So it was just... It was crazy, guys. We were not happy, but then you know what? We're on the trip, moving forward. Trip starts. Everything is now good.
What a wow.
Okay. Yo.
When you're ready, guys.
In the hood with the willies. Fuck Cam and dinner.
So, as you can see from the clip, they were getting lit. I was getting a little bit lit too, but I wasn't even close to tipsy because the alcohol was strong as hell. Like, I did not want to be too tipsy and kick close. I wanted to enjoy my experience. But yeah, they were getting lit, which is not a problem. It's just cool, you know. I support I support you living your best life. And then we arrived at Cape Coast. Everything was completely fine. Like, we were vibing with everybody on the coach. It seemed like everybody on the coach knew each other, so it seemed more like a friendship group, and then we kind of paid to support the friendship group to go on the trip, but it was minor, you know. And then we arrived in Cape Coast. Everything was cool. We did the Cancun Forest canopy walk. That was good. I already did it one time. I did like the long route. So this time, because you know I'm scared of heights, I cannot do heights. So this time around I did the short walk. Everything was just, yeah, it was good at that point.
At Cancun Forest, we did the whole long hike. We're sweating like a pig, and we're just waiting for instructions because we need to know what to do. Okay, so finished the hike, sweating like a pig. We're about to do the long route or the short route. Are we sure? Huh? What? So I'm waiting here. I'm in front of the canopy, and basically we can either go left for the short route. Thank you. So I'm done with the canopy walk. Right now we are going back to the bus. Okay,
Ashley,
so
you look like you're the black sheep of this. Your hair is
we have done the canopy. We're about to hit Cape Coast, Slave Castle, and then we need to get some food. But yeah, guys, I've sweated into a size 4.
And then went to Almina Castle. I kind of sat that one out because I already been. And then we went to Coconut Grove Resort. So that is when the trouble starts. Okay.
Banku like this, you know, wrapped in the leaf and this color.
Yeah, they've done it well.
They've done it well.
I told you.
It's good.
Everything at the resort was fine until it got to about 7 to 8 p.m. and we wanted to go home because we've literally been out since 6 a.m. We were like, oh, we're ready to go home, but they were still getting lit at the beach and dancing and stuff like that. So we waited until like 9 p.m. and then we were just like, no, we really need to go home because we have plans in Accra and like we don't want to waste like the whole, literally, like we don't want to be out for how many hours, like 16 hours or whatever. We don't want to be out like that. So then we all headed to the coach and we're waiting for like the driver. I think the driver doubled up as the DJ at the resort or something like that. We're waiting for the driver, and then we all went on the coach after like an hour and a half of just faffing around. And then we were on the coach, everything was cool, we were on our way home. Got to 20 minutes into my journey and I was knocked out because I was tired. I was sweating buckets. I was tired as hell. I just want to go home, shower, and then go out. It got to 20 minutes into the journey and then they stopped the coach. They stopped it for a while. So I was just busy like... And then I was like, wait, hold on. It's getting hot here. Something ain't right. It's getting hot. They turned off the AC, turned off the coach, everything. And then like one of the guys was like, oh, I left my bank card at the resort. We need to go back. And we were like, just call the bank and cancel it and get a new card, because we can't go back, we need to go to Accra. He's like, no, if I don't get my bank card, like it's this, that, we need to turn the coach around and go back, we need to turn the coach around and go back. And I'm like, oh, like we were all just like getting heated. You know when the anger starts on your belly and it just rises up, because it's like, you guys took us on a tour and now you guys got so lit that you're irresponsible with your card, and instead of just cancelling it and getting a new card, you want to go back to the resort. Like, they called up the resort and everything, and the staff members were like, oh, we can't find it, we can't see it, this, that, and the third. And we were just like, that's not our issue, we want to go home. But, and yeah, it got to a point where we were literally stuck out there somewhere in Cape Coast, right? For about 40 minutes to an hour in the heat. Like, they literally turned off the engine, no aircon, no nothing, and it was just so uncomfortable. And we were like that. And then the people on the coach went outside of the coach to sit by the petrol station. They were literally sitting on the floor by a petrol station. We were like, you need to take us home, you can't leave us stranded in Cape Coast. And none of my friends, most of them are not even Ghanaian. I've only been to Cape Coast like 3 times. Like, you can't leave us stranded somewhere like here where like we can't even call a boat or Uber to take us to Accra. I don't even know the way to Accra like that, and like my phone is like not even on that battery level to even take me home. So it got to a point where we were just like, we were just trying to call Ubers and Bolts and trying to see like who would actually take us to Cape Coast. Like, we're just trying to like just go home. And then we ended up seeing like a chotro outside, and then they were like, oh, they're going to Kaneshi. And then we're like, okay, can you take all of us to Kaneshi? And he was like, yeah. So like we paid them, I think we paid them like 50 cedis and then each, and then they took us to Kaneshi. And like, how do we get from going to Cape Coast on a coach and then being stranded and then having to come back on a chotro? Like, I don't even, like, if you haven't experienced a chotro, like, it is just so uncomfortable and bumpy. It's like this mini little van coach, and people come in and out. Like, you have random people sitting next to you all the time, just shuffling in and out and stuff like that. And it was just so tight, so uncomfortable. There's no air conditioning, and legitimately every single bump on the road, you'll feel it. You'll be in the coach like oh my god. During the journey, I kid you not, like, the scariest thing happened. So basically we were riding through a dirt road, right? And then like all of a sudden it got really foggy, like really foggy, like heavy, like you couldn't see. It was just smoky everywhere. And then in the fog, there was something in the fog. So I was just looking, I was like, what is in the fog? Like, what is that? And then there was this woman like dressed in all white, everything, like head wrap, all white. And then she was holding something up in the air. I don't know what it was, like some type of book. And then she was just in the middle of the road, just like staring directly at us. And just, oh my God. Like, I even tried to film that lady, what was happening, because I couldn't believe it. It looked like something out of a Nollywood movie. I was trying to film it, and my camera was not even working. My camera literally would not record that lady. I'm like, whatever type of juju she was trying to do, I cancel it in Jesus' name. Amen. I was just like, do you know what? This experience is go. Tangola Fest. It will never be well with your festival after you left us stranded in Cape Coast. Oh my God. And then basically we did not get an apology at all. Like one member tried to message me like normal, and I was like, you're not trying to message me like normal after you got us stranded at Cape Coast, right? Like, you haven't even said sorry, you haven't even said this, where's a refund, all of this we requested, you haven't made a resolution at all. And then like a second member messaged me like 3 weeks later to try and apologize. 3 weeks later to try and apologize just because like we made a complaint. And I'm just like, do you know what? That festival, if you're thinking about going, just stay home. It's better that you stay home, because these people will not care about your safety. They'll leave you stranded in Cape Coast. You'll meet a woman in the fog trying to curse you. Like, I had to use the bathroom at a petrol station, and the type of bathroom that I saw, like, if I even reminisce about it, I have tears in my eyes. Like, literally, I saw a bathroom without a toilet. That's it. That's the only description I'll give you guys. But yeah, I legit, like, we went through it. That day we went through it, and we ended up at Cashapp. Yeah, there was literally one lady by herself. And I felt so bad for her, because if we didn't come on the trip, that means like they would have left her stranded. And she wasn't even Ghanaian. She was from, like, I think Ivory Coast or something like that, or Senegal. How would she have even gotten home from Cape Coast? And the thing is, they didn't care. They only care because we were complaining to, like, people about them. Aside from that, they didn't care. They didn't offer us no apology, no message, did you get home okay, no nothing, like, absolutely nothing. And then, like, obviously during the trip, right, like, I was making friends with them and stuff like that, and they told me that they were late to the trip because they went out the previous night. So all of that they said, the coach issues, all of that was just a lie, a complete flat out lie. They literally wasted our time, told us to come early, told us to wait out there for no reason. They were literally just drunk from the previous night, and they came late. And it's just, it's not on. Tango Fest, mark my words. Tango Fest, yeah, the evil you did was enough. But yeah, I will not recommend anybody to go to that fest. So I want to film an updated Q&A. So let me know what you guys want to ask me, and I will answer all of your questions next. Make sure to check out my other travel vlogs and my other videos. Guys, if you enjoyed this story time and you want to, you know, hear about my other Accra stories, please subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I can't wait to grow my channel with you guys in Ghana. All right, bye.